Let's create some calendars. First, open up Excel and create a blank workbook. Go to column B. This is going to be your base, so make sure that the width and the height of this box is exactly how you want it to be for your entire calendar. Go ahead and play with it until you find the size that you want for your entire calendar. Once you have your base box to the size that you want it, go ahead and select 7 columns for your days of the week. Once you select them, go to Format, go to Column Width, and put them at the same width as the first box. Now going over to the rows, go ahead and select 5 for each week of the month. Now you're going to do the same thing, go to Format, but this time go to Row Height and put the same height as the first box. Now you have your entire calendar set up with the same size boxes. Now go to Insert and go to Illustrations. Here you can choose from either icon or shapes, but I went ahead and chose an icon and the shape of a mail stamp, which is more or less my travel theme that I have this year, even though we can't travel, but that's okay. Now go ahead and format this icon however you want. The way to do that is by clicking on it, then going to Graphics Format. Here you can see that you can either create a white background, or you can do what I do, which is create a custom color by going to this color wheel. But as you can see, you can only see black, so I went ahead and just clicked on any random color. Then I was able to create my custom color, which I personally went for a pastel pink, which fits my aesthetic more. So now that you can see that the icon has changed color, I'm going to go ahead and insert a text box. To draw in this text box, I decided to just follow the margins of my mail icon to make it more or less the perfect size. Then I went ahead and typed in the number 30, which I realized that the icon and the text box were actually too big for what I wanted. So I went ahead and shaped the text box to just fit the number 30. Once I did that, I shaped the icon to also just fit the number 30. Then I went ahead and put them one on top of the other to make sure that the icon was the right size that I wanted. Once I managed to get the text box to the correct size, I went ahead and clicked both of them, then went to Align and Center align them both so that it is exactly in the center. Then I went ahead and went to that little icon that I circled to get rid of the outline of the text box. Then I went ahead and filled in the text box so that way it looks like there is nothing on there and that you're actually writing on the icon. Then I went ahead and centered the number 30 into the icon. Now that the icon is exactly centered and it is exactly how you want it, I went ahead and actually changed the color of the text to my preference. As you can see, I'm actually playing a lot with this to make it exactly how I wanted. I copied the entire style and pasted it on only the spaces that this calendar that I'm making is going to have dates. I'm going to go ahead and put a time lapse of me doing this right here. So now that I have the icon in every single space that I needed, I'm going to go ahead and change the date to match the actual calendar. Again, another time lapse is going to be put in now. So after putting in all of the numbers for the dates, I also cleaned up any spaces that I wasn't going to need that icon and dates down. Now I went to the second row and created a space to write the days of the week. After creating all of the days of the week, I selected all of them and went ahead and put the font of my choice. I already have the font of my choice saved, but you can go ahead and put whatever font you want. Then I went ahead and centered and put in the middle of the cell and sized up until I found the size that I actually liked. Now that you have the sizing right, go ahead and select all of the cells that have all of these icons to create a border for it. This will give the calendar a more of a calendar look to it. Anyways, I did this by selecting the all border option or in the border section. Now that all of the cells have a border, we're going to go ahead and insert a background for the names of the week. So I already have this background saved in my computer because I put this background for every single calendar that I make. So now you're going to go ahead and insert a picture and select the picture that you want to insert. You can do this however you want. However, I chose more a PNG so that way it's completely see-through and nothing else pops out of the back. Once the image is resized, go ahead and put it into the name of the week that you want it behind and make sure that you size it so it fits only in that cell. As you can see here, you can't really see the lettering once the image is in front, but once you hit transparency, you can actually make it so that you can only see a shadow of the image. I'm gonna create this shadow effect to every single name of the week, but the only thing that I did is I just copied it and pasted it and sized it to the correct size. After doing this to every single day of the week, I went ahead and removed the grid line so that I can copy and paste it into other sites. But this is how your final calendar should look like, and I hope you like your final result.